parents have a teen who is having problems with school, not doing homework, cutting class, refusing to show up at school, will the language of power help those parents and that teen?
The language of power will help that parent differentiate between a true emotional situation of which school avoidance is a symptom, meaning that the parent needs to get immediate professional help for their child, or on the other hand, it's manipulation in which the teenager is pushing the limits, using power and freedom to see how much they can get away with. School is something they don't want to do, so they're playing games with it. They're not going just to see whether they can do it. The language, that's an important attribute. It's an important quality for parents to have, because there are some teens that really need professional help right away, and it shows up in school avoidance.
On the other hand, though, there are some teens who the school thinks needs help, and really what is needed is parents knowing how to use the language of power and working with the teenager, whether it's school avoidance or truancy or refusing to do homework.
Yep, the language of power will help the parent recognize that as just another issue of the teen struggling with power and freedom. Hey, I'm going to cut school today because nobody's watching. Nobody's here to force me to sit in a chair. That's using the freedom and the power the teenager has to skip school. So the language will help the parent recognize that, as opposed to other teens that it's a more deeply held emotional issue and they need individual professional help with it.
And what actually happens is what the parents learn is how to talk to the teens and how to use the power that they have over the teens and,
right.
and what that power is. I think that's a really important part, to understand the kind of power they have. It's not just taking away allowance.
Right. It's an atmospheric thing. It's an emotional thing that both the teen and the parent understand. Only the parent, if they understand the language, knows better than to bring it up and even mention it. And the teen would never in a million years admit that, oh my God, all of a sudden I really don't know how to handle my mother. I can talk to her now about stuff that's real. She doesn't let me play with words anymore. I don't understand what's happened. I don't know what to do with it. That would be the teen reaction, but the teen will never admit it. For example, when you look at towards the end of the website and you read the interview with a mother trained in this system, the mother explains that whereas she could never ask her teenager how was school, because the kid hated school, when she asked the teen, how was your day, he would talk, and all he did every day was school, so he had to talk about school, but it was the way that the mother learned to use the right language with the teen that made the difference between the teen closing down or having a normal adult-like conversation with his mother.
So it wasn't just about getting the teen to function better in school. It was also, it changed the relationship.
Absolutely.
Now, this is something that I've heard in talking to parents who have worked with the language of power. It doesn't just fix the teen or fix where the problem is broken. It creates a home where there's more harmony.
It creates the probability that the teen will engage in much more young adult to older adult talk rather than typical teenage manipulations to try and get what they want. Okay. That's what it does.
This is at gotteenagers.com, where you can get the training program, The Language of Power. And you can download it or you can order it shipped to you.